Hello and welcome to the DSP Leaders Summit on the Cloud Native Telco. It's Wednesday, the 23rd of September, day 2 of our 3-day summit. I'm Guy Daniels, Director of Content at TelecomTV, and joining me, as usual, is Ray Maistre, Editorial Director of TelecomTV. And in a moment, we'll be previewing what to expect from today's discussions. This year's summit is running over 3 days, as you mentioned. It's Tuesday through to Thursday. It's online and it's here on TelecomTV. We've got interviews, we've got panel discussions with industry experts, but we also want to involve you. And so we have a live Q&A program starting at 4:30 p.m. UK time today. Ray, a very good morning to you. Ready for day 2's excitement?
Absolutely. I've never been more thrilled on a day 2 of a Cloud Native Telco Summit. And of course, today we're looking at some of the very key things that the service providers, the telcos, are thinking about right now as they start to execute their 5G strategies, think about how they're going to build out further their telco cloud platforms and introduce cloud native processes and technology, because there's a lot of talk about automation and zero touch provisioning, etc., but still people are at the heart of these operations. It's the right skills, it's the right people, and it's understanding all those processes which are absolutely key to getting this cloud native transition right.
Well, as you rightly say, people and processes was identified last year as the most important aspect of this move to cloud native telcos, and it's still important. I think the same is probably true this year. But whilst we heard yesterday from Kevin Schatzkamer, one of the latest telecoms executives to move to the cloud providers, we are finally, at last, seeing signs of telcos fighting back. And Ray, I think there's a realization that they need to sell themselves better to create a better environment for cloud software developers and to change this image of the fusty old school network operator.
Yes, very much so. And I think actually that's quite a big battle. I'm not sure how the younger generation coming through universities and so on and so forth are seeing this industry, whether it's from the service provider or the vendor side. So I think there's a lot of work to be done to try and put the telecom sector, whatever part that is, on a par with the Amazons, Googles, Facebooks, Netflixes of this world in terms of what kind of career path that offers. And that is a major challenge.
It's a huge challenge, and do check out the so you viewers, please do check out the panel discussion on people and processes, because you'll be able to hear Verizon's take on outreach and what they need to do and what they can do to change this image. We've got a great lineup of speakers on our panels, and we've got a great lineup on the panel that focuses on how to operationalize cloud native. That's our second panel of today. This is the move from day 0 to day 1 in cloud native terms, and to start thinking about the huge challenges of day 2 operations. And it's a big challenge, isn't it, Ray?
Absolutely, and very pertinent, of course, for day 2 of the Cloud Native Telco Summit. But this is where some of the operators are starting to gain experience, and hopefully they'll be able to share it with the broader community, because it's all very well setting up the platforms, engaging with partners and preparing for some of these new processes, but actually bringing things like CI/CD into day-to-day operations, and just even setting up a team to think about updating the network maybe a couple of times a day instead of once a 6 months. That is an absolutely enormous change, and we're hearing about the impact of some of those kind of changes at some of the early greenfield movers like Rakuten Mobile, for example. But hardly any other operator, for example, is in the same boat as Rakuten. So there's an awful lot of learning and an awful lot of mindset changing to be going on within the operator community.
Absolutely right. It is a massive undertaking. Well, thanks for the moment, Ray. We'll join you later on today on the summit. A reminder that we do want to hear from all of you. We've got this live Q&A panel discussion, which starts at 4:30 p.m. UK time. That's 5:30 Central European time and 8:30 a.m. Pacific time. Please use the contact forms on the website to get in touch and send in your questions. Ray and I will be joined live by a number of guests from Verizon, HPE, Wind River, We've got the OpenStack Foundation and the Linux Foundation as well, but we do need your input, we need your questions, so please help us out. You can also use Twitter at DSP Leaders or LinkedIn, where you'll find us at TelecomTV. And don't forget that you can view our video content, there's quite a lot of it, plus the latest news analysis from our editorial team at telecomtv.com/DSP. We'll be back later today for the live Q&A and look forward to hearing what you think about the Cloud Native Telco. Until then, goodbye.